Why that person lingers in your mind. Hello, welcome to Buddhist in Life, where we explore Zen Buddhist wisdom to find peace in modern life. Have you ever felt your mind like a cramped room where a shadow, a voice, or a memory keeps echoing, imprisoning your peace in a whirlwind of the past or fleeting illusions? It's as if a toxic breeze sweeps through the tranquil garden of your soul, unsettling everything, leaving you struggling to restore balance. Sleepless nights, moments of distraction, nameless sighs. These may all stem from those phantoms that refuse to leave your mind. You try to forget, but they linger silently, eroding your present calm. If you've ever been caught in this state, here's the good news: you are not alone. Millions out there are grappling with these uninvited guests in their minds. And even better news, there's a path, honed over thousands of years, that can untangle these knots. Today, guided by the light of Zen Buddhist wisdom, Buddhist in Life will join you in uncovering the secret to freeing your mind and rediscovering true peace and freedom. Listen closely, for the final solution may transform how you view life and open a new horizon for your journey. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes guiding you toward a peaceful, joyful life. Now, take a deep breath and let's dive into today's content. I too have wandered through the chaos of obsessive thoughts, just like you listening right now. For a long time, I was haunted by the image of my ex-wife, tormented by my sense of failure. That is, until I touched the teachings of the Dharma and uncovered the reasons below that set me free. Reason 1. You're clinging to an idea. One of the greatest reasons you can't stop thinking about someone is clinging. A state of mind Zen Buddhism calls the root of suffering. You might think you love them, miss them, or need them to feel complete. Or perhaps you feel resentment or anger for the pain they caused you. But Zen teaches, true love does not cause pain, only clinging brings suffering. When you cling tightly to someone, to memories of them, to a desire for them to change, or to an idealized image you've created, your mind becomes a loop. You keep thinking about them, not because they're extraordinary, but because you've tied your happiness, worth, or future to them. Try this. When you think of that person, do you feel a sense of lack? A fear of loss, a craving for recognition, or a wave of insecurity? Zen masters say clinging is like grasping a burning coal, intending to throw it at someone else. You're the one who gets burned. Reason 2. You're trapped in the illusion of permanence. The Buddha taught that everything is impermanent: thoughts, emotions, and even relationships. Everything born will eventually fade. But when someone haunts your mind, you often fall into the illusion that this feeling will last forever. You believe the pain, the longing, or their importance will never dim in your mind. This illusion makes thoughts about them feel more powerful. You think they're an essential part of you, that ceasing to think about them means losing something vital. But Zen reminds us, nothing is permanent. Even the most intense thoughts will pass. Reflect on this. Have you ever been obsessed with something, a worry, a regret, only to find it faded over time? Have you ever had a wound so painful you thought it would never heal, yet it did? Thoughts about this person are the same. They're not fixed. They come and go in your mind. Reason 3. You're identifying with your thoughts. Zen Buddhism teaches you are not your thoughts. Yet when someone keeps appearing in your mind, you may be identifying with those thoughts, treating them as truth, as you. Each time you think, I miss them or I need them, you believe that's you speaking. In reality, thoughts are just fleeting events in the mind, no different from the sound of a car passing by. But when you identify with them, you give them power, letting them control your mind and drag you from one thought to another. Notice this. When you think of that person, is that thought really you, or is it just a small wave in the vast ocean of your mind? Zen teaches that your mind is far greater than any thought, and you can learn to observe them without being swept away. Reason 4. They're a lesson you haven't yet mastered. Zen teaches that every experience, even the painful ones, is an opportunity for awakening. The person lingering in your mind isn't just a person. They're a mirror, reflecting lessons you need to learn. Perhaps they hurt you, and that pain invites you to learn forgiveness. Instead of seeing them as the source of suffering, Zen encourages you to ask, what is this person teaching me? Maybe it's a lesson in letting go, in patience, or in understanding yourself better. When you see them as a teacher, thoughts about them stop being a burden and become a path to growth. But until you master this lesson, they'll keep lingering in your mind. Reason 5. Lack of mindfulness in daily life. Another reason you can't stop thinking about someone is that your mind hasn't been trained to be present. Zen emphasizes that mindfulness isn't just for meditation, it's for every moment, whether you're eating, walking, or working. When you live without awareness, your mind easily slips into loops of obsessive thoughts, especially about significant imprints in your life. Notice, when do you think about that person? Is it when you're working mindlessly, scrolling social media, sitting quietly, or letting your mind wander? These moments of unawareness are doorways for obsessive thoughts to creep in. Zen teaches that if you bring mindfulness to every action, your mind becomes steady, less swayed by unwanted thoughts. A Zen master once said, "When drinking tea, just drink tea. When walking, just walk." The path to freedom in Zen Buddhism. Now let's explore how Zen Buddhism can free you from these obsessive thoughts. Here are 3 simple steps, rooted in meditation, asana, and mindfulness, that you can practice anywhere. 1. Return to your breath. Anchor your mindfulness. Your breath is the anchor of mindfulness, a thread tying you to the present moment. When that person's image arises in your mind, it's a signal to gently bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air flowing in and out naturally, without forcing it. Each breath is a moment you're fully here, not lost in the past or anxious about the future. Practice. Whenever your mind drifts to that person, pause and focus on 3 full breaths. Feel your chest rise and fall, or the air passing through your nostrils. You can do this while working, driving, at a busy construction site, or in an office. How to do it? Take 5 deep breaths, exhaling slowly. Focus on the sensation of air at your nostrils or the rise and fall of your abdomen. This will gradually weaken the stream of thoughts about that person. 2. Observe your thoughts. Mindfulness of the mind's content. Don't treat thoughts about that person as enemies to fight. Instead, practice mindfulness by observing them like clouds drifting across the sky of your mind. Label them, "This is a memory of," or "This is sadness," but don't cling, analyze, or add to the story. Just see them as they are, without adding or subtracting anything, without reacting. Practice. After step 1 weakens the thought stream, acknowledge the thought's presence without engaging it. For example, if you think, "I miss them so much," simply note, "A thought of longing is here." Extra tip, you can keep a mindfulness journal. Write down the thought or emotion, then read it back to see it's not you, just a passing event in your mind. 3. Let go through mindfulness, release attachment. Mindfulness reveals the impermanent nature of thoughts and emotions. They come and go, nothing lasts forever. When you truly see this constant change, your clinging naturally loosens. Letting go in mindfulness isn't about forcing yourself to forget, but accepting the presence of thoughts and emotions without letting them control your actions or mood. It's like noticing a breeze passing by without trying to hold it. Practice. When a strong thought about that person arises, combine mindful breathing with observing the accompanying emotion. Notice tension in your body, a racing heart, or tightening muscles. Just observe without reacting, and they will pass. This is how you gradually let go of those memories. Meditation practice. For beginners, meditate 15 to 30 minutes daily. Sit comfortably, focus on your breath, moving in and out at your nostrils, and observe without judgment. For those familiar with Zen, practice 1 to 2 hours daily. Summary of the path. This journey isn't a battle to banish those uninvited guests from your mind, but a transformation from within. As you learn to listen to the voice of the present, recognize the truth of your emotions, and release clinging, the space in your heart will grow wider and more peaceful. Think of your mind as a garden. Obsessive thoughts are like weeds. Instead of yanking them out in haste, learn to nurture good seeds. As those seeds grow strong, they'll naturally overtake the weeds. Just as cultivating mindfulness and a heart of letting go will dissolve troubling thoughts over time. True peace doesn't come from having no obsessive thoughts, but from how you face them. With each mindful breath, you're building inner strength, the heart's ability to heal itself. Trust in that ability. Be patient with yourself. This is the right path, one that billions have walked successfully for over 2,600 years. Those obsessive thoughts about someone aren't your enemy. They're an invitation to look deeply into your mind, to recognize clinging, to understand impermanence, and to find freedom. Zen doesn't teach you to chase thoughts away, but to change your relationship with them. When you observe, accept, and let go, what once felt like a burden becomes a path to awakening. Thank you for listening to this episode of Buddhist in Life. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, share with friends, and leave a comment about your experience. Try practicing Zazen for 5 minutes today. Just sit quietly, breathe, and observe your mind. Until the next episode, may you find peace in every moment.